it says the 21st term of an arithmetic series is 5.5. So what it's telling me there is term 21 is equal to 5.5. The sum of the first 21 terms is 94.5. So the sum of 21 is 94.5. We're asked to find the first term and the common difference. So in other words, we want to know A is equal to what, D is equal to what. And it says, hence find the sum of 30. So we also want to know S30. So there's our questions. Okay. This question is very similar to the question we looked at yesterday. I'm going to use the two formula because I know something about terms and I know something about sums. Can I just do a sound check? Would someone just let me know that, can I be heard reasonably clearly from wherever you are?
Yeah.
Thank you, girls. So, looking at the term information, what I know is there's a formula in the log table that says term n is equal to a plus n minus 1 times d. So, in our thing, we know when n is 21, the answer to this is 5.5. In other words, a plus 21 minus 1 times d is equal to 5.5. I'm going to write it just as a neater fraction. 5.5 is 11 over 2. Okay. And just neatening this up. I'm tempted probably, I might leave it at this. I'm tempted to double everything so I wouldn't have a fraction. But I'm going to leave it like that at the moment. Let's just see how the sum thing turns up, what we end up with. So that's the term information. So using the sum formula, we know that the sum to n is equal to n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So again, these formulas are both in the log tables. So I know that the sum to 21 is 94.5. In other words, 21 over 2 times 2 times a plus 21 minus 1 times d is all equal to 94.5. So I might write that as, what am I saying that? What I'm saying, 187, isn't it? If I double that, am I saying that correctly? Over 2. So 189. So that's 189 over 2. Now, when I look at this, I can see that both sides have been divided by 2. So I can maybe double both sides, and it looks like that. And then just neatening it up. So in here, I have 20. I wonder, does 21 actually divide into 189 as well? Just curious. Be nice if it did. It goes in 9 times. So I might do that at this stage as well. It just neatens it up a little bit. That divides into 21 going once, and that divides into 21 going 9 times. So I divided both sides by 21, just neatening it up. So what I'm left with is I have 2a plus 20 times d is equal to 9. Okay. Now, I said at the start I was kind of tempted maybe to double the other side of the equation as well, just to neaten it up. I think I will do that now. So I'll have both in terms of 2a. So if I double this equation... So I was just curious, would 21 go into 189? And it did, went in 9 times. So I divided both sides of the equation by 21.
Oh, right.
And thank you for asking. So I'm going to double...
If you didn't do that, would it still work out?
Oh, yeah, it still works. It's just I'd end up with bigger numbers. But I was just looking, say, there's the 21 and the 189 connected. So it was still, you'd end up reducing it anyway. You'd see it afterwards. It'd just be a lot messier. So it's, yeah. I'm glad I noticed it. But it would still be fine. I'm going to double this other equation as well. So this will give me 2a plus 40 times d is equal to 11. The reason for doing that is I have on both sides of the equation here now, I've both of them in terms of 2a. Okay, so these are ready to I want to solve these two equations. Okay, so I might give them names. Maybe I'll call this equation A and that one equation B. So solving these simultaneous equations, I might notice that if I have B and I'm going to have A minus B. So I'll write down A as it is, which is and take away B. So that gives me 20d is equal to 2. So obviously, if I divide both sides by 20, I'm seeing that d is equal to 1 over 10. Okay, not the simplest answer, but it'll do. Just bear 1 second. I want to just close the door here. Thank you. I want to know what A is as well. Again, I'm going to sub this back into, so I have the answer for D. To find out what A is, I'm going to sub this back into maybe equation A. Or equation B looks smaller actually. I've subbed into B. So if I sub this into B, I know that 2 times A plus 20 times 1/10 is equal to 9. Now 20 divided by 10 is equal to 2. So in other words, I have 2a plus 2 is equal to 9. Take 2 from both sides. We have, it's going to be a fraction here, but look, it is what it is. So this gives me 2a is equal to 7. Divide both sides by 2, and I get a is equal to 7 over 2. The sum to 30 is equal, I'm using that purple formula that I have there already. So n is 30 over 2. 2 times a, which is 2 times 7 over 2, plus 30 minus 1 times d, which is 1 over 10. And I sub all that into the calculator. Okay. And that's the last answer I was looking for here.